Welcome back, guys. It's been a while, but today we'll talk about Tokyo Revengers episode 21. Alright, so Tokyo Revengers episode 21 started off with Baji being critically injured and losing his balance. Shifuyu scurried towards him and asked Kisaki what he did to Baji, but Kisaki claimed he didn't do anything. It is then revealed that when Kazutora stabbed Baji, it was a serious wound as opposed to a minor scratch Baji claimed it to be. Kisaki tried to provoke Mikey about the whole situation, and Mikey reveals that he wanted to kill Kazutora ever since he got out of Jubi, but it was actually Baji who stopped him from doing so. As Mikey walked down the scrapped cars, he said Kazutora had to make Mikey his own enemy so things could make sense for himself so that he could free himself of the guilt. It is apparent that Mikey's just had enough of all this trauma, but Hanma tries to annoy him and ends up getting knocked out by Mikey's nuclear roundhouse kick. Agonized by this whole experience, Mikey turns to Kazutora, who looks like he just wants to die, as we can see the guilt on his face. He provokes Mikey purposely and Mikey absolutely trashes him. Kazutora recalls Hanma's phone call where he told him that Baji betrayed Valhalla, which explains why Kazutora stabbed Baji in the first place. We see the flashback when Kazutora killed Kinichiro and how Baji comforted him despite going through a massive wave of emotions himself. This is why Baji's character is so cool, because even as a 12-year-old kid, he still knew how to comfort his friends. Kazutora was ready to accept his fate and wanted to die because he knew he ended up killing the thing most important to him. His eyes being full of tears, he says he will end up joining Baji soon. Baji gets up and walks towards Kazutora. He tells Kazutora that this isn't enough to kill him and stabs himself. This way it would be perceived that Baji committed suicide rather than Kazutora being the one who killed him. This would stop Mikey from killing Kazutora because now he is not Baji's killer. In his dying stages, Baji informs Takemichi that Kisaki is the true enemy and how he negotiated with Mikey that he will bail Part out of jail in exchange for becoming the 3rd Division captain. Baji then beautifully states that Toman's founding members are his treasures. God damn it, why do they have to kill all the best characters? Baji calmly tells Takemichi that he's leaving Mikey and Toman in his care. Shifuyu and Baji have their own precious moment together where they talk about going for Pyong Yakisoba and splitting it in half, and with those last words, ladies and gentlemen, Baji Kisuke went into eternal rest. Infuriated by the whole experience, Mikey battered Kazutora for a second time. Shifuyu regrets not being able to assist Baji in his lone battle. Takemichi also felt guilty of not being able to do anything to prevent Baji's death. Takemichi tried to stop Mikey from going on a rampage and asked him to talk about this, but Mikey punched him away. He cried that this isn't what Baji wished for, but got kicked this time by Mikey. The next scene is why I love Takemichi. He may not be physically strong, but he can hit people with emotions. He explained to Mikey about Baji's motives and that he ended up taking his own life because he loved Toman. Mikey spotted Baji's charm lying on the ground and figures out he held on to it this entire time. So that was episode 21, guys. As you can see, it was packed with a roller coaster of emotions, and Baji's true motives were also revealed. All in all, it was an extremely depressing episode, but an eye-opener too. The question which remains now is, what is the future for Toman without the 1st Division captain Baji Kisuke?